Well, hello, Falcons. Welcome back to some of you. Welcome to those of you I haven't met yet. I'm Mrs. Walton from the library, and I'm sorry that we're not together so I can read to you in person, but I'm really excited to get the chance to read to you through a video today. And today I'm going to read you a book called Wemberly Worried, and it's by Kevin Henkes. A little bit about this book. It says, Wemberly worried about everything. Big things, little things, and things in between. Then it was time for school to start, and Wemberly worried even more. If you ever worry or know someone who does, this is the book for you. Here we go. Wemberly worried about everything. Big things, little things, and things in between. And here's Wemberly saying, I wanted to make sure you were still here. And over here, Wemberly's saying, Mama, what if I shrink? Wemberly is sure worrying about a lot of things. Wemberly worried in the morning, she worried at night, and she worried throughout the day. You worry too much, said her mother. When you worry, I worry, said her father. Worry, 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 said grandmother. Too much worry. And there's Wemberly with her mom and her dad, and there's her grandma back there. At home, Wemberly worried about the tree in the front yard. And she's thinking to herself, what if it falls on our house? And she worried about the crack in the living room wall and the noise the radiator made. And here she's sitting there thinking, she's looking at the crack and she's saying, what if it gets bigger and something comes out of it? And here Wemberly's looking at the radiator and thinking, what if there's a snake inside? She sure is worried about lots of things. At the playground, Wemberly worried about the chains on the swings and the bolts on the slide and the bars on the jungle gym. She's saying, too loose, too rusty, too high. And always she worried about her doll Petal. Shouldn't Petal have a car seat too? And here she's saying, Petal's lost forever. I found her, sweetheart. And down here she's saying, I'll wait for you, Petal. There's Petal in the washing machine, getting clean. Don't worry, said her mother. Don't worry, said her father. But Wemberly worried. She worried and worried and worried. It must be kind of scary to be that worried all the time. When Wemberly was especially worried, she rubbed Petal's ears. Wemberly worried that if she didn't stop worrying, Petal would have no ears left at all. There's Petal, and Wemberly's rubbing Petal's ears in every one of those pictures. She definitely is worried a lot, isn't she? On her birthday, Wemberly worried that no one would come to her party. "See," said her mother, "there's nothing to worry about." But then Wemberly worried that there wouldn't be enough cake. Look at Wemberly was so worried about no one coming to her party, and look at all these friends that came to her party. This person's saying, "This is the best present ever." And this friend says, "I wish it was my birthday today." On Halloween, Wemberly worried that there would be too many butterflies in the neighborhood parade. See, here she is, dressed as a butterfly, but look. I don't see any other butterflies there. "See," said her father, "there was nothing to worry about." But then Wemberly worried because she was the only one. "You worry too much," said her mother. "When you worry, I worry," said her father. "Worry, worry, worry," said her grandmother. "Too much worry." There they are. You see that? Soon Wemberly had a new worry: school. Wemberly worried about the start of school more than anything she had ever worried about. There's Wemberly. There's her school, starting soon. We just started school, didn't we? Have you ever been worried about starting school? Maybe this year was a little bit different, so maybe you were worried about that a little bit. By the time the first day of school arrived, Wemberly had a long list of worries. What if no one else has spots? What if no one else wears stripes? What if no one else brings a doll? What if the teacher's mean? What if the room smells bad? What if they make fun of my name? What if I can't find the bathroom? What if I hate my snack? What if I have to cry? There's a picture of Wemberly down at the bottom. She's filled with so many worries. "Don't worry," said her mother. "Don't worry," said her father. But Wemberly worried. She worried and worried and worried. She worried all the way there. Oh my goodness, look how worried she is. Just want to give her a hug. There they are, off to school. While Wemberly's parents talked to the teacher, Mrs. Peachum, Wemberly looked around the room. Then Mrs. Peachum said, "Wemberly, there's someone I think you should meet." Oh my goodness, look at Wemberly, and she's holding on to her mommy's skirt. She looks nervous, doesn't she? Her name was Jewel. She was standing by herself. She was wearing stripes. She was holding a doll. Sounds a lot like things Wemberly does. Jewel looked a little bit nervous, didn't she? At first, Wemberly and Jewel just peeked at each other. "This is Petal," said Wemberly. "This is Niblet," said Jewel. There they are. Petal waved. Niblet waved back. "Hi," said Petal. "Hi," said Niblet. "I rub her ears," said Wemberly. "I rub her nose," said Jewel. Sounds like they have a lot in common, don't they? Throughout the morning, Wemberly and Jewel sat side by side and played together whenever they could. Petal and Niblet sat side by side too. Can you see Petal and Niblet down there? Looks like they're becoming friends. Wemberly worried, but no more than usual, and sometimes even less. Before Wemberly knew it, it was time to go home. Wemberly's smiling in this picture, doesn't it? "Come back tomorrow," called Mrs. Peachum as the students walked out the door. Out they go. Wemberly turned and smiled and waved. "I will," she said. "Don't worry." She looks happy to me. Don't worry. And that's the end of the book. And there's Wembley at the end of the day, and she's dancing with her mom and dad and with Petal. Boy, Wemberly sure worried, didn't she? She worried about everything. But you know what? In the end, didn't everything work out? Everything she worried about?